Alright, it looks like my webcam is having a bit of issues. Let's try to restart that. Oh, awesome. It's just completely broken. Very cool. Alright. Sorry you guys can't see me, but welcome to Michigan. We are here tonight with the Throwback race with the Wolverine State 100 at Legacy, Michigan. This is going to be our Throwback race. Who's excited? I know I am. A lot of our guys have fantastic paints tonight. And let's start off with one of my favorites. Definitely not because I designed it. Not at all. Will Clouds. This is going to be his paint for tonight. He's going to be running a classic style Cheez-It paint. I love this paint. I think it looks so good. Brady Floyd now with the fastest lap. Will Cloud was leading practice for a long majority of this race, but it looks like Brady was just able to steal that. So let's head over to Brady, actually. Okay, very cool. There's Brady right there. He's going to be running a 2004 Tony Stewart throwback on his Mustang. You know, doesn't really add up, but I guess if we were going to see a throwback now, that's what it would be. Figuring a Stewart Haas Racing is with Mustangs, but if we're doing a Joe Gibbs, obviously that'd be Camry. Anyway, let's head over to another one of our drivers, David Gibbs. I believe he and Hunter Terpstra are accidentally running the same throwback, which is a bit unfortunate. But looks good. And then there's Zachary Thornton right there. He's running 13th in qualifying at the moment with his number 35 Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry. I think it looks great. We got Jackson Qualley over here. He's going to be running the number 17 paint, even though he's supposed to be number 98. Matt Kinn's a throwback. Hunter Terpstra's over there spinning into the pits once again. It's almost like we've seen that happen before. Like I said, same throwback, I think unintentionally. Then there's Bryn George with his Joe Weatherly throwback right there. His Ford Mustang right there. Number 8. Interesting choice using the Arial font, but it is what it is. Number 99 of Jacob McMillan is not running a throwback. Here's Chris Pierce. We'll get a better look at him later. He's going to be running a Lotus throwback from Formula 1. I think it'll look pretty nice. Here's Jesse. It looks like his paint is having some issues. I'll try to reload some paints a little bit later on. Jesse's been having a lot of issues getting his paints working. But he's running a quote-unquote throwback paint because it says throwback on it. That picture's from WikiHow, just to let you know. Yeah, that's Jesse. Here's Dave W. Thomas. He is going to be running another classic kind of paint. Look at that. Dave makes all of his own paints, and they always look so good. We'll have to make sure we check out that one a little bit later on. Marshall Harris right there in his number 97 paint. It's fast and all. It looks really good. I believe it was a Matt Kens's the original throwback. I am not sure. I need more experience with my classic NASCAR stuff. But I'd say his paint looks fantastic. There's a Kevin Carter. Oh, looks like his thing as qualifying. No, not qualifying. As practice comes to an end. So we come back in here. We'll head back over in just a little bit. Okay. Wish my webcam would be working. Hello. Yeah, it was working perfectly fine earlier. So, okie dokie. Anyway, let's head over to Kevin Carter here. There he is running his number 7 BWT. Force India throwback before they switched over to Aston Martin for Formula 1. That's 2 Formula 1 throwbacks. That's pretty cool. So at the moment, we don't have anybody running, so we'll follow along with Kevin for a minute. Actually, I think Chris is in the session. Yeah, there he is. There we go. Look at that John Player Special number 25 Camaro. Looks so good. Uh-oh. Looks like Chris is having a bit of connection issues. That's not good. Anyway, you can see how nice that paint looks. Just looks really good. We haven't seen too much of Chris. He had his first race just not too long ago and was able to score himself at Pocono a 3rd place. So we'll see how Chris does at Michigan here. I think everyone's pretty excited to get rolling. Probably follow along with the number 28 of Josh Redden. Looks like there we go. There he is with his breast cancer awareness paint. Going to an Alan Kowicki throwback. I think you know why I can't say what that really says on stream, but gotta love the throwbacks and just paints that Josh has, all designed by Jesse. So it's all good. So currently David Gibbs is leading the practice session. He's doing pretty good. A 39.05. That's quick. We saw upper 80s 38s during practice, so we'll see if he's able to beat that time. There he is, a 38.9. Not quite as fast as New Michigan. We're able to get into the mid 38s, but I'd say that's pretty good. Hunter Terpstra is running in 4th place for the moment with his number 21 Camaro. Yeah, it's doing all right. Not quite sure how long it's gonna last though. We'll see as the time goes on. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in. We just went from 1 viewers to 9. Appreciate it. Thanks very much for joining in. If you haven't already, make sure you follow the stream and all that other stuff. I added a bunch of follower and like alert stuff. So now whenever you follow, you'll get a little special message. Same with subscribing. So yeah, check that out. Looks like Brady Floyd now is going to be the top of the session. Hunter Terpstra down into 6. Chris Pierce running in 7th. Let's pop over to Brady. There he is in his number 20. Looks like he's having a bit of sliding issues there. Uh-oh. Hopefully he can recover. Yeah. Sadly, his lap that he had will be the only lap, as there's no way he's going to go faster from that. But gotta love his Tony Stewart throwback. Zachary Thornton coming out now with the fastest lap of the race with his number 35 Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry. Driving for Atkinson Designs as well. What a good showing. We haven't really seen Zach in a while. I believe the last time we saw Zach was the Texas race. Jackson Qualley. Okay, he's going to be the top of the session now with his DeWalt Toyota Camry. Okay. I think we're going to have a lot of fast drivers competing towards the top spot here. Just a theory. Will Cloud, who was running second in the practice, has gone down. That's unfortunate. Josh Redden's still on track. We'll follow along with him. Every time. Only reason I feel like I'm able to get away with it is, well, I shouldn't say I'm able to get away with it. He is able to get away with it. You'll see right here as we go into the chase cam. Right there, breast cancer awareness. Yeah. Josh. Still, so many great paints tonight. It's gonna be a great race. I really do believe so. Man, I wish this wasn't broken. I don't know why it is. I'll fix it later on. It should be fixed by our race later tonight. But that is going to be Cascar at Texas. Make sure it's fixed by then. Wish I could tell you what was up with it. Really do. But it is what it is. Alright, so here we are. We are now in the session. So it is going to be a decent race tonight. 50 laps here at Michigan. It's a 2-mile oval. It's the legacy version, so there is quite a number of bumps in the racing surface. So that'll be something for a lot of these drivers to watch out for tonight. All I know is that I am quite excited. Alright, so let's run through our grid. So starting on pole in the inside line, that is going to be Jackson Qualley in the number 98, running a 38.92. 6. That is very fast. On his outside, that's the number 35 is Zachary Thornton. In the second row on the inside line, this is number 20 of Brady Floyd. On his outside is going to be the 88 of David Gibbs. In the third row on the inside line, in his second start in a Cup car probably ever, that's Kevin Carter in the number 7 machine. Then on his outside, that's number 48 of Will Cloud. In the fourth row on the inside line, that's number 8 of Bryn George. And then starting in 8th on the outside, that's number 21 of Hunter Terpstra. Then behind them on the inside, that's going to be the number 97 of Marshall Harris. On his outside is going to be the number 25 of Chris Pierce. Back one more row, that's going to be Josh Redden on the inside with Jacob McMillan on the outside. Finally, Jesse Atkinson is going to be one of the drivers bringing up the rear along with Dave W. Thomas. Well, we got a grid here, and I think it's safe to say that these guys are going to put on a fantastic show. And, yeah, not really much more to say other than that. It's a fantastic throwback race. Make sure you check out our sponsor, Frankenstein Metalworks Custom Home Decor. That's facebook.com/Frankenstein Metalworks. And, yeah, let's get off to a great race tonight. Remember to check out the homebrew merch that's available on my Twitch channel page. I believe it's in the little panels below. You can go there on our Redbubble shop, get yourself a nice mug. I would show you the mug on webcam, but it doesn't want to work. There's also sweatshirts. You got the Atkinson Designs line in there too. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Got a lot of great fields, honestly. So it's so cool to see like a really good mix of paints. I feel like we're, you know, as much as I say we have fantastic paints in this league, it's just something else to really have a full line of custom paints. Alright, you can see all the guys in frame right here as we're about to go green. Got the pace truck going along. That's going to be replaced by the sedan that's coming in the next build. That should be next week, actually, now that I think about it. So, see that be a different vehicle next time. Alright, here we are, rounding turn number 4. Pace car is going to come off real soon. There it is. Pace car is off. They come up to the line. They have to go on green. There it is. Green flag, and away we go here at Michigan with the Wolverine State 100. Thanks, Jacob. Now I have to give airtime to the person in last. That would be normally David Ackenbauer, but he's not here. So Dave W. Thomas, here you go. You started from the rear. You got yourself a bit of airtime. There he is, that number 53 machine starting from the back here. I have no idea what's going on up front. See that great paint? He's currently catching up on to Jesse Atkinson. All right, there we go. We can pop up back to the front. That's Zachary Thornton into the lead. That's Jackson Qualley now on his inside. Jackson taking that low line to get by. Thornton riding that middle lane, trying to save his tires a bit more, I'm assuming. See the number 20 of Brady Floyd there with his Tony Stewart throwback is going to try to follow along on that more outside lane. Although Zachary Thornton is going to be trying to swap positions to take back that lead. We come back one more time as now we have our tickers on and such that we should have had on. There we go. All right. The rest of our field is really starting to spread out a bit. That's Kevin Carter in 4th. For having very few starts in a Cup car, he's doing great. David Gibbs is behind him trying to hold off Will Cloud teammates. You see the slew of 8s there. It's the 88, the 48, and the 8. Down them. That's David Gibbs, though, on the move. We've seen David so good in these Cup cars. I mean, he already won the Bristol race. He was not able to come to Pocono, which was unfortunate. Dave W. Thomas gets the fastest lap of the race so far. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. A 38.873. Wow. That is absolutely moving. Obviously, that's with draft, but still. And is on the move. All right, that's Jackson Qualley now starting to run away just a little bit more away from Zachary Thornton. These two have been fighting so far this entire start of this race. As we're now going into lap number 4. That's Zachary Thornton going down below. You can actually do that here at Michigan. On that white line. You cannot go below the yellow line, though. Do keep in mind, drivers, you cannot go below that yellow line. So we also follow the yellow line rule for the most part throughout here. We got to keep the drivers, you know, in a bit more of a confined racing zone so they don't go off the banking and try to kill each other too much, particularly with Michigan here. Now, the cool part about the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series is this is such a series where, honestly, there's not really a lot of penalties for things. You know, if you start beating and banging with someone, if they spin out and you're at fault, then you get the penalty for that. But other than that, that's about it. You know, you can't cut the track, obviously, or, you know, try to intentionally cause wrecks. But other than that, you really are just able to do almost anything. But the reason why we're able to do that is because if you cause a wreck, you get an EOL. Cause another wreck, you're gone. That's it. There is no, well, I didn't mean to, nothing, nothing, nothing. Even if you spin yourself and you bring out the caution, you're in trouble. Alright, well, we're on to lap number 6 of 50 here at Michigan with the Wolverine State 100. Will Cloud is on the move, still running in 6th position. He was able to do really well in practice, but seems to be struggling just a tad here in the actual race. You got to be careful with that air. When you're going through turns, any of the turns really, the amount of air that just comes off the car and gets you into a bad spot does not help. Chris Pierce, though, currently running in 7th. Not maybe the second start here. I don't think that's really where he wants to be, but that's what happens. Kevin Carter started up really high up front, has now fallen back. Same with Hunter Terpstra, who was doing pretty good until he fell back just a little bit more now. So these guys, they're going to be pretty competitive as they continue to race forward. Bryn George currently running in 5th. He's doing pretty good for himself. Although Jackson Qualley, your leader, is still going to be running away with this thing. For the moment, that's them going into the infield there. Not quite sure what happened. Are they going to be able to save it? And the caution does not come out. Not quite sure what happened there. I think these guys got into a little bit of a scuffle, if I can tell. I think a bit of a collision. Unfortunate. That's really going to shake things up now. Wow. All right. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. See how that damage affects these drivers. That's David Gibbs, who was in 4th, down all the way to 12th. Brady Floyd affected as well. That puts Bryn George and Will Cloud in 2nd and 3rd, respectively, as Jackson Qualley has nearly a 2nd gap. See that? You can see there with that 2nd place of Bryn George lining up the top there. I need to figure out why it's doing that. Looks like all this stuff is not working today properly. But that is almost a 2nd gap from 1st to the leader. That's what those kind of incidents do. You got to be careful with those. I don't think that Brady was going to give David any space, and David the same to Brady. These two, we've seen those two race hard before with so many others, so it's only a matter of time before they affected each other. That's Chris Pierce, though, up into 4th position. That's going to be good for Will. Now that he has a teammate with him, they can work together and really try to make something happen so they don't have to be caught up with each other. Again, thank you to everyone that's coming out with us. It's Chris having some connection issues there. Sorry. Thank you to everyone that's been coming out. I do appreciate it, and I think it's going to make for an even better showing. Dave W. Thomas up into 11th position. Jesse Atkins up into 10th. These guys are moving. Zachary Thornton looks like he got caught up in that as well, putting him down into 7th. He has a lot of momentum to chase back. So if you're in the chat here tonight, as we're about a 5th way through this race, comment who your favorite driver is out in this league. You know, give him a shout out, give him some encouragement, even if it's just yourself, because a bit of a dead chat here. Jackson Qualley, though, in that 17, technically 98 machine, is running away with this race. Now, sadly, I hate to say it, I'm pretty sure this is going to turn into a fuel mileage race. If these guys are able to hold on to their fuel, then we'll see. That is Chris Pierce now up into 3rd position. Bryn George still in 2nd. Looks like Marshall Harris is now going to be in 3rd. Looks like he's going to have a little bit of momentum issues as he goes up to the top there, as he had to almost pull a slide job, but nice. Nice, Jesse. Glad to see you using the sunglasses. That is right. I do have custom emotes available, so make sure you check that out. I believe if you save enough channel points, you'll unlock a random emote. So make sure you check that out. Looks like Will Cloud is having a bit of pace issue. I think he burned up his tires just a bit. So now he's going to be back into 5th position. Kevin Carter running in 6th. He's trying to run that high line. Looks like Josh is going to come down on his low side. Is that going to be a pass from Josh? It is. Josh and Zach and Jacob all get by, leaving Kevin Carter kind of out to dry. There's Jesse Atkinson bringing up the rear of the top 10. Looks like he's doing okay for now. He might be trying to save his tires a bit more to kind of put on a last dash to the line. Come back to Dave W. Thomas here. He had the fastest lap earlier on. Looks like he's doing pretty good. You know, able to stay in a pretty competitive spot, and I think he's happy with that. And, you know, as we're watching the number 53 of Dave W. Thomas here, sorry for my English, make sure you check out facebook.com/Frankenstein Metalworks. Just check out your Frankenstein Metalworks custom home decor. They've been our series sponsor for the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series. And it was a pretty good match, so make sure you check that out so you can get a great deal on your new custom home decor. Still, that number 53 throwback is looking fantastic as always. As now we move back up into the rest of the field. Marshall Harris running in 3rd position at the moment, holding off Chris Pierce as they now catch up to Bryn. You know, Jackson's been continuing to kind of maintain at the spot he is for the moment. So if these 3 right here, 2nd through 4th, if they can work together, they might be able to get somewhere. You know, I think if it looks like Chris is trying to push Marshall, so if that is the approach they can take, then they can get themselves into a good spot. Looks like these guys are doing A-okay so far. Not really anything to talk about, as everyone's been kind of holding position now. Everyone's pretty spaced out. So these drivers are able to do a pretty decent job. So because of that, let's try to get someone a little bit more spaced out than some of the others. Ah, yes, Jesse Atkinson up into 8th, so he's been moving just a bit more, but looks like he has a decent amount of gap between him and some others, and he's with his teammate. So let's bring Jesse up with us. Jesse, this is an Open the Booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Don't worry, I won't keep you too long. I know you're racing.
Oh yeah.
How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just following Jacob right now, see if I can set him up for a pass. My own teammate here.
Well, following along with you on the stream at the moment, how do you think that this race has been like going so far? We've been able to go this entire race without a caution. What happened with that incident? Did you see?
I honestly don't know what happened. I know Brady just tried to hit Thornton square, and then I think maybe Thornton moved around. I'm not sure, and they just got, I don't know, just everything happened.
I gotcha. Just an unfortunate accident that sent a lot of people kind of going down, but no one into a really bad spot.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's the kind of stuff that happens. I believe Brady is now currently in last. That is very un-Brady-like.
Yeah, he fell back quite a bit after that one. Same with Thornton. Thornton's also falling back. I think he may have shredded his tires up a bit.
He did. He's back into 10th now, so he's back into the top 10 like he has not been. So he's clearly doing something right once more.
Oh yeah. I've been making my way up. Started second to last, I think, next to Dave, and I don't know what I did, but I fell way back. Then my cat was all over my room, so I had to deal with her as well, but finally made my way back up to 7th as of now.
Yeah, that's just the kind of stuff that happens. It's, you know, that's iRacing. You know, in real life, you obviously wouldn't have a cat in the car, but
yeah,
you do have to be concerned about it here. So now that you're catching up to Will, what do you think you're going to do? What's your strategy for the rest of the race?
Just hopefully keep making passes, hope for a caution. Well, actually, it looks like we're going to have to pit in like a few or 10 laps for fuel, so if we don't have a caution by then, it's going to be a green flag pit stop.
And I think everyone knows the iRacing green flag pit stop issues, so.
Oh yeah, I haven't practiced my green flag pit stops here, so it'll be a little sketchy.
Perfect. I'm sure that this is going to turn out fantastic.
Oh yeah.
All right, Jesse, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. I'm going to move you back down to driver's lounge, okay?
All right, yep, thank you.
All right, that was Jesse Atkinson. Thank you for the interview, Jesse. I know you're in our chat there. I appreciate it. So it's always good to have just some guys to talk to throughout the stream. I know it can be a little bit boring when it's just me and there's not much going on, and I can't just keep going to ad breaks. So that's Jesse going to try to throw a move on Will there. So as you heard, within 10 laps, that's going to be a fuel stop. These guys are going to need it. It depends on if there's going to be a caution or not, when it is. So it begs the question, will there be an intentional caution at some point? Is that going to be someone's like strategy is to spin someone and bring themselves into a caution? You know, perhaps it's not the best way to do it, but we've seen it happen before. So I think it's going to be interesting to see really how that turns out. You can see Atkinson here catching up to Josh, who's running in 5th. You don't usually see Josh unless it's a low participation race up into the really high spots, but Josh has been doing really well this race, and not just because of the incident. Josh has been able to keep a pretty consistent lap time and stay competitive. So clearly, Josh is doing something right. Jumping back towards the front of the field, we see Jackson Qualley is nearly 1.75 seconds away. But Bryn and Chris have draft. It's astonishing just how fast Jackson is going. So I think that's going to be something we're going to have to see with the pit stops, is what is going to happen there. Because if Jackson comes in, will they follow? Or are they going to try to do an overcut? It's a good question. Maybe someone back in the field is going to try to undercut as well, just to make things interesting. See Chris Pierce, though, running in 3rd. I'm pretty sure he's happy to be back up into a final good position. He has not been really high up for most of this race, so being up here is going to be good for him. He's also with someone that he knows, Bryn. These two, they have worked together before, so if these two can really try to make something happen, perhaps they can catch up to Jackson just that little bit more. Looks like Marshall and Josh are kind of close together. You can see Jesse in the background there, catching up as well. Kind of just rolling to this race at one point. You know, we're almost halfway through, and everyone's kind of spaced out. I mean, that's kind of like how Michigan goes, is everyone just gets a bit more spaced out, and there's not really much you can do. You just get close to each other, and that ends up about it. Let's jump back into the field just a little bit more. We'll follow along with the number 35 of Zachary Thornton. It looks like he and David, with their damage, are catching up to Kevin now. Looks like David is trying to get a draft off of Kevin. Not quite looking to... Oh, there he is. He's pulling down to the inside. What's David's response going to be? Yep, he's going to force Kevin out wide as he takes that bottom lane. And that's David clear. David now up in the 9th. Looks like Kevin having to take that high line. Let Zachary Thornton through. Oh, that's David into the wall, though. Bit of a skim. Uh-oh. Looks like he's able to maintain that speed. Kevin Carter, though, with these guys, not wanting to give up the position so easily. Looks like Zachary Thornton now is going to be the one and try to run away with it. Looks like David, though, looks like he gets a huge run on that outside line. And it's going to really propel him forward. That's something you got to be mindful of, taking those lines, is it just really puts you into a weird spot. There he is. That's Zachary Thornton into the pits, though. So he's going to be the first one to pit in and really make something happen. All right. Cool. That's an interesting move out of him. You know, we can see Jackson up here. It makes me wonder, is Jackson going to be pitting soon? Wish I could interview him. We don't really have any contact for the moment, which is unfortunate. He clearly is running away with it. You can see there with this last lap just how much the pace is falling off from where it started. These guys... Remember, Dave's fastest lap earlier on was, I believe, at 38.8, something like that. And now they're at 41s. Makes sense that Zachary Thornton's coming into pit now. He may be a lap down, but everyone else does have to pit too. So maybe that undercut strategy will be the thing that works for him. Brady Floyd now coming into pit as well. Brady knew that he was pretty far down the field, so if Brady comes into pit, then it is going to benefit him. It's at number 20, Tony Stewart throwback for that Mustang. Back up to Jackson there. We can see that gap behind, though. Let's do that. You can see there, that's a 2.1 second gap to Bryn George. Insane. Just what a gap. Bryn, though, getting up 41 dead. All right, that's more drivers coming into the field now. Trying to see if they can get a bit of an undercut on the leader. David Gibbs, I believe that's Kevin Carter behind him. It is. So they're coming in now to get their fuel. I imagine with their excess drag as well from that damage, that this is probably going to benefit them and let them go actually faster than they were before. Maybe that's going to put them back into this race. That's Jackson Qualley, though, coming in. There it is. Your leader's in. Bryn George now to the lead. Chris Pierce in second. Now, because this follows the 2011 to 2015 NASCAR points, I believe that is, leading a lap does give you an extra point, as does leading the most amount of laps. So at this point, I believe it is going to be Jackson Qualley getting that extra every single lap led point. Well, not every lap, but majority of the laps led points. But this is going to be a great chance for Bryn George. Nope, that's going to be Chris Pierce that gets it. Chris Pierce staying out so that he can get that extra point. Looks like he's having a bit of a blink, though. There he is. That John Player special car is now going to get that lap lead point. Bryn George, though, in the pits is still maintaining second place. Josh Redden came in. So Chris Pierce, being one of the very few drivers that decided to stay out, is that going to put him into a spot where his overcut makes him faster? Or now is he going to be having to be worried that everyone else, because they're faster, is going to be catching up to him? It's a concern he genuinely has to think about now. We come back to the number 53 of Dave W. Thomas, currently running in 11th position, just out of the top 10. We'll see if he's able to come in soon and see if he can pass Brady Floyd. Dave, sadly, a lap down, does have to put some pressure on. However, I'm sure that he and his Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series paint and his own series are doing well. We'll have to see if we can bring him in at some point later, see how he's doing. But as I say that, make sure you check out Frankenstein Metalworks Custom Home Decor, and that's going to be at facebook.com/Frankenstein Metalworks to order your custom home decor today. Moving up the field, that's Josh Redden in 5th. Chris Pierce maintains. There he is. He was in 1st. Now he's going to be coming out of the pits, and he's now there. That's Jackson Qualley to the lead. Zachary Thornton, where is he? All right, he's coming out there. I don't think that Chris is going to be able to hold him off. Yep, that's Chris there. Bryn George, where is he? Bryn George is now coming out of 4. Yep. Can Chris Pierce? Nope. He was in 2. Chris Pierce loses a whole ton of positions. That overcut did not work for him. However, he is on just a tad bit fresher tires. So now that he has a teammate with him right there, David Gibbs, maybe they can work together. David Gibbs, who's been running in a really bad spot for most of this race, with his tiny bit of an undercut coming in just a little bit earlier than a lot of the other drivers. He now has a fresh car. He was able to take that fast repair, and he's now going to be back in this race. 2K Racing with Jackson Qualley is leading this race, and then that's Atkinson Designs in 2nd, and 2K back in 3rd. Then Atkinson Designs in 4th. Yikes, that is a... keep a flip-flop in there. But still, they are being very competitive with each other, are able to race good. You can see this group right here. Pretty close together. I think David and Chris are going to try to do what they can to throw something onto Josh to get by. But you can see there, Josh just is able to pull away. He's working with his team boss there, Jesse. Jesse up into 4th. He's, like you said, he started 2nd to last and now up into 4th. Jesse is on the move. I think it just shows how competitive Jesse can be. You know, he talks about his dirt all the time, and, you know, that's what he races. But he's in the Cup Series. He's not a bad driver. You know, maybe he can try to get that elusive win once more, or he can try to get that 2nd place and make it 3 in a row. Looks like Marshall Harris and Hunter Terpstra will be currently bringing up the rear of the field. Let's check in on Brady Floyd, who's currently running in 9th. We have not seen a lot of Brady. Brady, who's usually so competitive, had that bit of an issue earlier on and puts him into a not-so-great spot. Unfortunate. For 2K Racing especially, you know, they may have, you know, their drivers in 1st and 3rd, but going down to 9th, that doesn't help much. I say that as ERA is not doing too hot either. running in 5th for the moment. That's not too bad. 5th, 6th, and 8th, and 11th. You know, they're doing okay. They got a 4-car showing, but it's just rough for these guys. That's David Gibbs, though. Able to maintain that 5th as he's now catching up to Jesse. They were able to get by Josh, who's currently being their main, like, thwarting power. Although, I think with David on the inside of Jesse, that might be David up into 4th position if he can just get it. They're mighty close. Gets a little bit closer to spoil the air, and that's David into 4th. Chris Pierce just a little bit further back, currently riding in 7th. He has to fight against Josh and Jesse. Now, there's teammates. That's Jesse throwing a block a little bit, but that's Chris way more coming up. Trying to draft off of Jesse. Wow, that was close. I'm sure right now Jesse is a little bit freaked out with how close that got. Just a little bit too close for comfort. But still, fantastic. Just able to make it through. That's Jesse, though, with that extra speed boost, able to get by. Back into 4th, but that's Chris and David. They threw some strategy together and are now both able to get by Jesse. Although, throughout this corner, David does have to be mindful of where he is on his outside. David popping in and out there. You can see it. Looks like Atkinson was not able to hold him off. So that's Chris Pierce and David Gibbs in 4th and 5th. Good for them. They're moving. They're trying to get into a better spot. Trying to chase down Bryn and Zach. They got a bit of a ways to go, though, because that's Jackson Qualley, and who's currently leading this race. Look how far he is ahead. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Absolutely dominating this race. Thank you to everyone that's coming in. I do appreciate your coming in and stuff like that. Make sure you follow the stream. You will get a special little alert box animation. I put it up. Wow. What a race this is turning into, as Jackson Qualley is just destroying the competition. We can fall back to the field just a little bit more there. You can see Jesse trying to catch up to Josh. Looks like David had a bit of an issue and fell back. Maybe trying to give Will a bit of an assist, as Will is currently struggling with his number 48 Cheez-It machine. No driver in particular for that throwback, but I think in terms of a modern adaptation of his normal Cheez-It car, I'd say it looks pretty slick. David Gibbs, though, running in 7th. All right, well, currently as we're about to head into lap number 38, I believe we might already be, with how far the Jackson is ahead. He's just destroying the competition. This is where I'm going to turn it over to Jackson. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn it over to David, because we're already on him. I'm going to shut up, and you can listen to these amazing engines roar as we continue to run through this race. Honestly, it's a bit hard to believe but this race honestly might just be another caution-free race. You know, we have 10 to go here at Michigan with the Wolverine State 100. Jackson Qualley has led just about every single lap of this race, running in first. Zachary Thornton riding up in second, trying to hunt him down, but he's 5 seconds back. Bryn George now catching up. The ex-teammates are now going to be competitive with each other. It's been weird. You know, typically we see Michigan a track that's filled with cautions and, you know, everyone trying to, like, really push it to the limit. Not this time. We don't see it this time. What we see this time is these guys trying to just survive almost. Oh, I say that, and of course the caution comes out. Why? Yep. Why do I talk? Why do I talk? Give me a second and I'm going to go figure out what that caution was for, and I'll be right back. All right, that was a tricky one to take a look at. Let's take a look at that. So currently it's a turn one block with Marshall and Hunter. Let's take a look. All right, so there it is. This is a really, like, not as easy one to take a look at. So we go through here. Hunter had just thrown a late block. Let's take a look at that again. You know, we come up to here. That's Hunter down low. He comes up to the side. He's really slow. And it looks like it's really tricky to determine. You know, I think Hunter is coming down just a little tiny bit, which is unfortunate because it looks like Marshall's heading up just a tiny bit as well. And this is honestly a case where I have to say both of them get the penalty. So, you know, coming together, and that's just the nature of the beast. Well, I'll be right back. Thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I will be back much faster than it was last time. Well, it looks like we have a bit of an unfortunate issue here. Sadly, my audio has been disconnected from the stream. That's so, man. Okay. Very cool. Appreciate it greatly. Thanks, game. They gotta fix that, where if, your thing comes undone, you gotta... Great. I'm very sorry, everyone, that, this is the way it has to be now. Entire chat's gonna be absolutely silent. So, alright, we head back in. You can see the cars are too wide up here. You can see them. I wish we could have audio, but not too much left of the race. Just 5 more left to go this time by. Jackson Qualley is going to be in the lead. Yes, Jacob, iRacing. Yep. There it is. Green flag, and away we go one more time, hopefully here at Michigan with the Wolverine State 100. Damn iRacing. Blame them. That's a bit of contact, though, between... That's Jackson? No, Jackson pulled away. That's between Chris and Thornton there. You can see them have a bit of an issue there. That's Josh Red now up trying to be really competitive. Chris looking to see if he can get through. What are they doing? These guys are racing. You can see there, that's Chris still in third, trying to be on the inside of Thornton there. He's able to do it. Just get on his inside. Thornton's not clear. Is that Chris going to be getting that position now into second? It is. Thornton has to run up high. You can see back there, that's Bryn George, though, trying to get through, not quite able to. Josh Redden currently running in 5th, also putting on some big pressure. That restart has put all these guys close together. They're almost 3 wide back there. That's Brady Floyd, though, who's normally so fast, is running in 8th. Jig McMillan, the same for him, running back. Jesse Atkinson, a lot of our fast guys are not in the direct front of the field. But that's Chris Pierce, though, into second position. He's able to hold it for the moment. That's Thornton on the inside, though. That 35 Toyota Camry is not going to let that 25 Camaro just take that position away. Thornton wants it. He has not been participating too much recently in our series. He wants it. That's Chris into the wall. He gets slowed down. He's moving back towards the rear. That's the number 8 of Bryn George up into third. Number 48 of Will Cloud trying his best to maintain that 4th position. That's Zachary Thornton with the fastest lap of the race, a 38.7. Man is on the move. Honestly, if I was Jackson Qualley, I would be terrified for the moment because Zachary Thornton is catching. Jackson, who's been able to maintain this pace of this race this so far, he's been so fast. But now he's under threat from Thornton and Bryn. This restart has screwed him over. Uh-oh, that's Thornton going down low. Will Thornton have enough speed? That might be Zachary Thornton into the lead. Not quite. But, oh, look how close he is. Although that's Thornton on the inside. He's through. He could see him by. Will he maintain it? I think he will. That's Zach. Uh-oh. That's Jackson Qualley into second place, really. That's Zachary Thornton, your new leader. If Thornton can maintain this kind of pace, that will get him out front and net him an extra point. Although Jackson Qualley maintaining that middle line is just a little bit quicker. You can see that turn 3 and 4, he is just that tad bit faster. They got to be careful when you approach the last lap of this race. It's almost anyone's game. You can see just how close they are. That's Will Cloud looking to see if he can capitalize on something. That's David Gibbs, though, to the fastest lap of this race. A 38.6. Man is moving. Although that's Zachary Thornton, though. You can see in turns 1 and 2, that bottom line is just a bit faster, but the middle line is a bit faster in 3 and 4. Will Thornton try to take advantage of that and push Jackson up into the middle? No, out of the middle and Thornton into the middle area. You can see that as they're about to approach white flag, 1 more to go. Oh, man. Oh, man. Looks like Will Cloud has a bit of pace issues, so he falls back a bit more. We got to follow along into the leaders up here. There it is. That's a white flag, and away we go at Michigan with the Wolverine State 100, brought to you by Frankenstein Metalworks Custom Home Decor for the last lap of this race. That's Jackson Qualley doing what he can. Can Jackson just get it? Thornton looks like he has a slide. That's Jackson to the lead. Jackson Qualley into the lead 1 more time. Will he be able to maintain it going through this final corner? Thornton is going to be very angry with that one and is going to do anything in his power to try to take it away. We're going to the blimp cam just to make sure that everything goes okay. I think that might be it. Bryn George in 3rd, Chris Pearson 4th, David Gibbs 5th. Here they go across the line. There it is. That's Jackson Qualley, your leader. He's going to take that checkered flag. Ignore that top 10 board. It's not accurate. There it goes. Now it's updated. Oh, my goodness. So close. So close. Wow. That's a finish. Wow. Last lap dash to the line. I wish we could have had audio for that. Genuinely, I really do. Because wow. He was right there. That was so close. These guys are, wow. Okay. Chris Pierce gets fourth there. You can see him as we follow along. Still David Gibbs fifth. Will Cloud sixth. What a finish. Congratulations to Jackson Qualley for just barely nabbing that win. He almost didn't get it. Now, unfortunately, a lot of our drivers, I shouldn't say a lot, our top two drivers don't have mics. So let's get Brennan here. Brennan, this is an open the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
What a finish we just watched. What happened?
Well, I'm not as fast as Jackson. He's really fast, and we got that untimely caution, and I was running second. Well, I was running third. I was gonna beat Thornton because I had fresher tires, but of course that caution came out, and then we all got fresh tires and raced to the finish there. It was pretty close. I was kind of hanging back because I thought, Thornton was gonna pull a move on Jackson and possibly cause an accident. But it did not happen. Everybody was clean, and it was a clean 1, 2, 3.
It really was. That move between Jackson and Thornton there, that was, honestly, I was so scared that there was going to be a huge wreck and, take out everybody in the top 10.
Yeah, they were side by side, and they were beating a little bit. Thank goodness, they didn't wreck and involve me in it. But yeah, it was clean, hard racing.
Would you say your strategy for this race worked out?
It was going to. I think I was guaranteed a second until that untimely caution, and then everybody came down and got fresh tires, so it kind of ruined my strategy. But I felt like my strategy was really good. I was behind Jackson, he was pulling away. I started battling with someone, so it slowed me down even more. But I was probably guaranteed a second until that caution came out. But I still got third, so not as bad.
Yeah, still, top 3 is a fantastic place to be, so I don't think there's any complaints there.
Yeah, no complaints here.
All right, thank you very much for your time. Is there anyone in the audience you want to thank tonight?
I'd like to shout out Jackson. Good race, bud. Good win. Really showing what 2K Racing can do. Yeah, and shout out to Noah. Shout out to Homebrew Merch. Go and buy yourself something there. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, Bryn, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that was Bryn George, your third place finisher. I still can't get Thornton and Jackson up in the booth with us, which is unfortunate. I wish we could. So instead, how about we bring someone we haven't spoken to before? We'll bring Josh up with us. Finished 12th, not his ideal finish, I'm sure, but a finish nonetheless. Josh, this is an open the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
How did your race go? How do you feel?
I'm a little upset about Gibby spinning me there on 2 laps to go, but we did the best we could.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people's race did not go the way they planned tonight, which is unfortunate. Still, you had a pretty good strong showing. Whenever you were whenever you had the speed, you were gone.
Oh yeah, man. Been doing a little practice at Michigan, dude. I was really good, which just makes my anger a little bit worse, but
yeah, sadly that's racing, just getting spun 2 to go. It happens. It really does suck.
Yeah, man.
Would you say other than that,
right.
do you think your strategy worked?
Yeah, man. Everything went well. I just tried to pit with teammates and try and keep that momentum up, stay toward the front of the pack.
Yeah. But I still, even with that unfortunate finish, I think the rest of the race does show that you do have your speed in you and you can absolutely put on a show.
Absolutely, bud. Try to entertain every time I come out.
I think you always do a great job, and I know the paint jobs you order from Jesse always show it too.
Oh yeah, man. Love Atkinson Designs.
All right. Is there anyone in the audience you want to thank tonight?
Yes, sir. Just want to thank my wife and kids, you guys here at Homebrew, Atkinson Designs, and 2K Racing.
All right. Thank you very much, Josh. I appreciate your time, and good luck next week.
Thank you, Noah.
All right. It looks like I was just able to get your winner into the chat. Let's bring him up with us, Jackson Qualley. Jackson, this is Open the Booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Great. It's good to finally speak to you. You did a great job.
Thank you.
How would you say that your race went? Obviously, other than the win, like I know that was a lot of pressure at the end, and you were so fast. What happened? Just tell us about it.
I felt very comfortable in the car today.
How so? Like, what? Like, elaborate on that.
I practice in this car here.
Ah, gotcha. Makes sense. You know, just having that ability to go fast and having confidence in the car really does make a difference. All right. You did a fantastic job. Like, what was your strategy tonight, other than just going fast?
Save tires and gave her.
Gotcha. I think you did a great job with that. You know, being able to maintain up in the front for so much of it, and you were just absolutely rolling away from everyone. I think your gap got up to 6 seconds at one point, I believe.
Yeah, it was fast.
Yeah, you were absolutely on the move. Still, congratulations with that win. You did a fantastic job. Is there anyone else in the audience you want to thank tonight?
Designs and my dad.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Jackson. I do appreciate it. You did a fantastic job, and everyone in the chat, give a big old hand to Jackson. Thank you once again for your time. I do appreciate it.
Thanks again.
All right, that was Jackson Qualley, your race winner. So young, just able to go so fast. Just destroyed the field with his speed. But all right, that's been our race tonight, and I'd say overall, I think that was a good race. I wish I could, throw the webcam up and really give a personal face-to-face congratulations, but still, great job from him. Great job to Zachary Thornton too, who just came out of nowhere to try to steal away that position. So that's been our stream. I want to thank our sponsors, Frankenstein Metalworks, Custom Home Decor. Gotta appreciate him. I see him in the chat there. Thanks for being here, Dave. You did a great job with our race tonight, finishing 11th. Good finish. Thanks to Pierce Graphics as well, Atkinson Designs, for sponsoring our late night late model series. Make sure you check that out. That's gonna be out Saturdays at 8:30. Make sure you check that out and join those. I think I streamed that. Yeah, I did stream that race last night. That happened. Did really bad. Anyway, that's been our stream. Thank you very much for watching. Tune back in about 2 hours or so, and you can check the cast car race for the BTT 180 at Texas. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.